Today we're going to be looking at the September 2025 real estate market update for Columbus, Ohio. And I'm going to be comparing this to last year, September 2024, to see how the market has changed in the last year. I'll show you some things I like to look at. So one thing I like to know, the most important probably, is the absorption rate. So the absorption rate is basically how fast our house is selling. And when we were in the peak of the market, this absorption rate number was like 0.5, 0.8 that I was seeing it at a few years ago. September 2025 is at 2.45. Last year it was at 2.1. So this means we're getting in a more balanced market. I would say we're in a balanced market. Now, another important thing, probably equal to or the second most important, is the average sales price, which is what most homeowners are wanting to know. So the median sales price, and I like to look at sales because I don't care what people are listing their houses for. I mean, I do, but just because you list your house for a certain number doesn't mean you're going to get it. So we want to look at what people are selling for. So the median sales price in Columbus is $325,000. Stayed the same over the last year. The average sales price, however, went down just a hair. So it's at $371,000. The third most important number I like to look at when seeing what the market is doing is the average cumulative days on market. So we are sitting at 31 cumulative days on market for September 2025, up 5 days from 2024. This tells us obviously houses are sitting on the market longer, so therefore we're in a more balanced market. Now, this listing price graph, we were looking at the active median list price versus the sold median sale price. Why is this important? Well, this is showing basically sellers' expectations are a little bit higher than what buyers are actually willing to pay. So it shows us that, again, the market is moving in more of favor to buyers, or a more balanced market. So in summary, based on these numbers and based on these graphs, I think we're in a more balanced market. I don't think we're necessarily in a buyer's market, but we're definitely not in that strong seller's market that we were in a few years ago, where people were getting over asking, they were being taken off the market within days, and things were just crazy. We're definitely not in that market right now. Some little pockets might be, but overall we're seeing things have slowed down. Houses are sitting on the market for about a month, which is good because it just makes things less crazy. I mean, it was really emotional when buyers were just losing over and over again when they had really strong offers. So now we're seeing the tides turn. The favors are more balanced. We're more in a typical balanced market, and buyers have more negotiation power, which is phenomenal. So I think sellers just have to kind of get their expectations back, spruce up some things around the house before listing to really attract the right buyer and a good offer. But things are balanced. We're not in a super strong seller's or buyer's market, and I think everybody benefits from a more balanced market. Prices are more stable, which makes it more affordable for buyers, which is what we need to be able to increase that demand and people start to become homeowners. As far as a homeowner and you're not seeing much appreciation in your house from last year, I think it's okay. You just need to stay in your house. Usually people have to stay in their house for about 7 to 10 years to be able to see that kind of like big return where you can sell and profit. And a few years ago, people were able to buy a house in 2020 and sell and make a huge profit in 2023. It's not like that anymore. You have to stay in your house for longer periods of times to be able to see that return, and that's normal. We need more affordability for buyers. We need a more balanced market. So I'm really liking these trends, and I'm excited to see what the market is going to bring in the next few months. Interest rates seem like they're going to be heading down, so that could cause more buyers to get into the market. So we'll see what the winter months bring. And if you have any questions about the Columbus, Ohio area, or if you're thinking about moving or selling your house in the Columbus, Ohio area, I'd be happy to help you out and even just offer any advice, give you a free CMA complimentary home evaluation. So just reach out to me and follow along to stay tuned with these monthly market updates.